Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Toyga.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
And my name is Rhydian, I am the GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. If you stick about for a few seconds at the end of the episode, we also have a question for you as well. Following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Before we dive into the episode, here's some pay data on another one of the Shadowrun podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Hey there, Chummer. You ready to record this thing? Alright. 3, 2, 1. Your go for, what was that again? Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast. Good luck, Chummer.
Hello, Ome, and welcome to the Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast. My name is Paul, and I am the GM. The cast are Beth as Grace, aka Nightingale, Val as Ollie, aka Boxer, Veronica as Cecile, aka College Girl, and Kat as Deandra, no, aka. Jandron over here as we spin you a whiz little tale right out of the Tridio's true Shadowrunner origin stories. 4 very different women from very different walks of life, thrown together and cast into the shadows. Listen in as they learn to survive and work together and find common ground. For one of them, this life is a significant downgrade, and they will not take well to it. For others, it is a calling. For another, they are drifting from the light into the shadows. And for yet another, the 6th world is an assignment, and the events they are being sucked into may be just the insight they need. The Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast features ex-mercs whose history is catching up to them, a pony from Equestria on a mission from Celestia herself, a college girl who likes writing murder mysteries and snooping where she shouldn't, and a dryad ex-cop in Seattle looking for her missing brother. Life is interesting and compelling when there are differences amongst us. Who wants to live life as a clone in an army of wage slaves? So fire up your Tridio set or TrodeNet and join us. We're happy to have you along and look forward to hearing from you.
So, that was it, Chummer? That's all? Alright. Fair enough. Good luck with that. Folks listening in, back to the good stuff.
Now that they've made sure that things won't blow back onto themselves after they assassinate a major syndicate player, the team just need to put the last few pieces into place. I don't think a time for the meet was set. I'm going to say you're at the end of your 2nd day on this job, so when do you want to go meet the Triad?
I think it's more we go by invitation. It's whatever suits the Triad, really.
I'll say that there is a meeting set up at Lucky Star 99 in Chinatown, Manhattan, tomorrow for 1 p.m.
Okay.
It's probably quite late on day 2. Let's say, it's probably 1:30 in the morning on day 3, given the odd working hours that Eddie keeps. So, you want to do anything in the meantime between now and meeting with the Triad, or are you just going to go get some kip?
Go and get some kip seems like a good shout, but I personally, player, know jack shit about triads. Toyga probably knows even less than I do. So it might be good to have a back of the cab debrief on how they work, on what the power structures are, so on and so forth.
Okay, so does any character have any knowledge that may be useful in this particular situation?
Any character, Sunshine.
Not really.
I've got knowledge Yakuza or knowledge metahuman trafficking, knowledge drugs. Any of those?
Do you perhaps know anybody that might be able to help you out?
Let me have a look.
That was a question, not just to Sunshine, but to the room in general. She may well do.
I do know Stella, the sex worker who works for the Triad.
Okay, so do you want to try giving Stella a ring?
Yeah, unless, has anyone else got any other...
No one better.
Yeah, okay, I text her, going, hey Stella, it's Sunshine. Have you got 5?
Give me a roll of her loyalty rating, please.
1 hit.
Alright, so she doesn't text you back that night. You don't get a call until, we'll say, about 10 o'clock the next day. The text back just says, hey, I can talk now. What's up?
Hey, on a job, my team need to know a bit more about Triad structures. Figured you'd be good for filling us in. It's not exactly something you can look up on just random matrix pages.
About 5 minutes later, your comlink starts to ring, and on the vidphone, Stella's sat in her kitchen. She's wearing a dressing gown. She's got a cup of soy calf in her hands, and she's looking a little bit out of it and dishevelled. And she just kind of goes, "Hey, Sunshine.
Hey Stella, how's it going?
I'll tell you when the soy calf kicks in. Why do you want to know about them?
For a job?
Oh, right.
I know you, kind of, worked for them, so figured.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I get it.
So,
Like 50 or 100 new yen for what you know.
yeah. I mean, I can tell you some basics, but I mean, I don't know a huge amount, but I know a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than most of us have got, so every little helps.
All right. I mean, they're not exactly like one big organization that all answers to each other. You know what I mean? I mean, there's like
It's the same as the Mafia, same as the Axe. They're
I mean,
split
like
up.
there'll be like the 3 Circle Triad who are separate to the White Lotus Triad, and they'll work against each other for some things, but if anybody pisses in their pond, they'll both gang up on them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you're gonna be dealing with them, the big thing to remember is, what's it called? What's he always going on about? Guanji, that's it.
Okay.
It's like a respect thing, you know. As long as you stick to that when you're dealing with them, you should be okay. It's mostly about manners, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, they're no better or worse than any other syndicate, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they're better than some.
Oh yeah, I mean, frag the Vori.
I try not to.
Ain't that the truth?
Cool.
Nothing worse than a John who doesn't want to pay up, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Anyway, before this conversation goes down a delightful rabbit hole, if that's everything.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I don't deal a lot direct, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a arm's length kind of deal. It works for both of us.
Yeah, I get that. Let's say you're a little bit more in the know than I am, so thanks for that. And I ping her over 100 new yen.
Cool. Are you looking into, and I apologise if I'm butchering the pronunciation of this, I know very little about Chinese pronunciation. Guanji, are you looking into it any further? Or?
Yeah, I'll do a browse for that.
Yep, that may or may not be what I'm doing right now. The GM is doing an IRL browse roll.
Are the GM's matrix skills better than Sunshine's?
Well, I got 2 hits, on
All
that
right.
browse scroll.
So you basically find the wiki page or the Sixth World equivalent, explaining it's a term in Chinese culture to describe an individual's social network of mutually beneficial personal and business relationships. It literally means closed system, and it's in a business context. It's where business relationships are highly socially embedded. It plays a central role in shaping them. So it's like deferring to your betters, that kind of thing, and patron-client relations. Basically, don't be rude, because if that's like massive social taboo. So Sunshine, I imagine, would read this, and with her familiarity with, and while they are different, with her familiarity with Japanese cultures, can draw parallels with the importance of manners and that kind of thing.
Yeah, lots of little details are not quite the same, but
yeah, but it's the importance of manners and of patron-client relationships. So a good Western analogy would be the relationship between a knight and his lord in Western medieval culture. It's that kind of relationship.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that you are doing between now and your meet with the triad?
Sleeping?
Who is meeting this triad?
Uh,
Have Sunshine and possibly Tiger reported to the team since meeting Eddie? You don't have to.
I was sort of assuming we were largely on open comms for quite a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to have been, you can have been. If you don't wish to have been, you don't have to have been.
It's a little rude to go to an in-person meeting and
Eddie doesn't have to know that we're on open comms, of course.
that makes it more rude.
And
He also had a white noise generator running.
That's to stop other people listening in. Also, if you're using subvocal mics, you would have only picked up Sunshine and Toiga's half of the conversation, not Eddie's half.
okay, well, let's say we tried open mics and then that didn't work very well, so I filled in the rest of the team afterwards, and we're probably heading back now.
Next question then. Who's going to Chinatown? Who's allowed to go to Chinatown at the moment?
Probably, well,
I paid for the fake ID. I'm absolutely going to Chinatown.
Sunshine, I believe, is already allowed.
yep.
Mav would have to pay a small amount of money to Eddie, and Huggy would have to pay a large amount of money to Eddie. I'm willing to just send you two.
Could do. I'm actually thinking, given that we're a runner team going up against the Yaks, it might help to show that we're not just a human team.
Are we all going to Manhattan? Am I going to Manhattan?
I think so.
Well, I'm certainly not. Because I think I'm paying to go to Manhattan.
Yeah, alright.
Too poor for the pass?
Yeah,
Fair.
I've got loans to pay for.
Fair.
Huggy's virtues number the stars in the heavens. Tact and diplomacy are not among them.
I mean, she set clear personal boundaries. She's given you her reasons. What more do you want?
Fair.
Mav, do you want to come?
Let's see if I can.
All right, I'll just say the quick call to Eddie, and he'll get you an extension to your pass. Just drop 200 new yen. It's not something I'm going to fuss about.
Fair enough. Eddie does pick up, therefore I can come.
He does it entirely by text message, and a motorcycle courier comes by and gives you the data chip with the plug-in.
I plug it in and we're good to go.
Cool. I take it you're getting the subway over there. When you arrive, it's Chinatown. Could everybody give me what rating the sin that they are using is, please?
Or
Probably going to use my 4 as well.
Cool. Toiga?
So it's a rating 4.
As you guys arrive in Chinatown, it's much like any subway in our modern world where you've got the ticket barrier and you have to place your pass against it to get out. This has got the added fun of lots of NYPD ink hanging around watching you as you do the tap. It's which scans your SIN at the same time to be able to get out of the subway station, with drones hovering overhead. And as you come up the stairs onto the street, just the sound of New York just assaults you. Chinatown's in Lower Manhattan. You're near the city centre, you're near the towers, you can see the corporate court building just looming over everything with just this layer of drones in the sky. It looks like, the drones look like Coruscant in Star Wars with the flying cars in that. And there's just people everywhere, and it's Manhattan. They've still got the steam heating system, which piddles steam everywhere all the time. And going into Chinatown, it's one of the few parts of the Sixth World that's not really... It's changed to keep up, but certain things haven't changed. So it's still got that garish, in-your-face flavour that it's always had, but it's been kind of repackaged and made a little bit more plastic and tourist-friendly, even more so than it perhaps is in our world. And you find yourselves walking down the street, and you eventually come to the place you're told to go, Lucky Star 99. Outside, there's two gentlemen, one human, one a troll, in suits at the door. There's also off to the side, near the other door, there's an elf in a very similar suit, lounging, smoking a cigarette. He's doing that effortlessly cool thing that elves sometimes manage to do. Bastard. Are you going inside?
Yeah.
Following sunshine.
Okay, so as you go in, one half of the place seems to be a traditional Chinese tea house. The other seems to be a butcher's shop. And there's a fairly large gentleman behind the butcher's counter with his shirt off and a cleaver hacking up bits of cow at the moment. That's actual dead animal back there that they're cutting up and selling.
Swanky.
A waiter comes up to you, and all of the staff here are wearing sort of slightly more traditional, modern but traditional leaning Chinese clothing. And he kind of gives you a very small bow and says, "Do you have a reservation?"
I do a little bow back. Yes, sir. We're here to meet with Mr. Johnson.
Excellent, if you would follow me. And he takes you through to an area that's screened off. Inside is a human Chinese guy. He's got a little bit of cyberware, and he kind of looks you over and nods and says, "I believe you are the persons that Eddie said I have a meeting with today. Is that correct?"
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Lovely. Please take a seat. My name is Rhydian.
So take a seat. Thank you for meeting with us, Mr. Rhydian, at such short notice.
Eddie said that you have something somewhat interesting and unorthodox to discuss. However, before we do, he holds up a hand, and a waiter comes in and sets down a tray with tea, and he waits whilst she pours for each of you and picks up the cup and inhales from it slowly, and then takes a sip, and then just kind of in a considering way leans back and says, "Now that we are able to discuss this in a slightly more civilized manner, please."
I glance over at Toiger and give him a look that says, "Let me talk." Mr. Rhydian, as I'm sure you have deduced by now, we are runners. We are currently on a job. We are required by our employers to remove an item from one Hasebe Kenshin.
At that, his eyebrows raise slightly. He doesn't say anything, but you can see there's that look of "really" on his face.
Our team has spent several days investigating possibilities as to how we may go about acquiring this item. It is not... It's a piece of data that he keeps air-gapped on his person. It will not be possible to retrieve it through matrix means. As you are familiar with the name, I'm sure you are aware of the prosperous boar that he is the proprietor of and where his house is. We have largely come to the conclusion that it will not be possible to assault him at either of those locations to retrieve the object and live. We do not believe we have the skills as a team to be able to pull off a heist of sorts at the prosperous boar.
If I may, first of all, I appreciate the honesty. I am, however, slightly surprised by it, I must confess. What do you require of myself and my organisation in this scenario?
The point to which I was just coming. But yes, as you have pointed out, so far I have not yet involved yourselves. We have come to the conclusion that our best chance of retrieving this object is to hit him with great force in his transit between his home and his business. However, to do so, it's very likely Hasebe Kenshin will die in this attempt, and we would like to not very rapidly afterwards join him. What we would like to propose is, if we dispose of Hasebe Kenshin, that your organization move in against the beheaded Yakuza and press them on as many fronts as possible.
I see.
And take advantage of their confusion, and this would also allow us to not be the sole targets of the Yakuza's revenge.
I see. So what you are asking, or rather what you are proposing to do, is to throw a fox into the hen coop, and then for myself and my organisation to act as a distraction for you, leading to a certain amount of speculation that it was us who ordered the attack in the first place.
That is a probable outcome that others will come to that conclusion. However, I believe the risk that your organization would incur would be offset by the gains you could possibly make from taking from said organization.
Could I get a negotiation roll there, please, Sunshine?
Certainly. We've had a sleep since last time, haven't we?
We have.
We have.
That gives me a point of edge back.
It does indeed.
Can I help in any way?
In what way would you be attempting to assist?
I have 1 dice in negotiation. First impression.
Yep, and you'll have first impression that'll give you +2. What I was getting at is more in what manner are you helping? What are you saying to help?
So I have the knowledge skill high society, and specifically, this is a high society event. We're at a posh tea house.
Not really.
No.
It's like a traditional Chinese tea house, but it's in like a general market area. There's like a mix of people coming in here. The butcher shop is selling quite expensive product, but it's not really high society la-di-da, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Maybe etiquette then?
In this case, I would say negotiation, but what I'm looking for is, what are you saying to Hua Tian to persuade him?
I will confess to my own limited knowledge of the criminal underworld of this city. However, this man has been a thorn in our side, and we have known of him for less than a week. You have known him much, much longer. I comprehend the irritation he must pose to you. We are willing to provide you with an opportunity to, how to put this, remove a thorn from your side. It is something you are certainly capable of, and an organization of your respectability is capable of. We're simply providing you an opportunity to do something that you possibly wanted to do for quite some time.
Toiga, roll negotiation, tell me how many hits you get, and then Sunshine, take that as a bonus to your roll.
Doing it at +2 because charming part.
Yeah, because you've got first impression.
4 hits.
Nice. So that will give you a +4. Don't roll quite yet, please, Sunshine. I'll give you an additional +1. So +5 overall, including Toiga's bonus.
Okay, I am pre-edging this roll.
Okie doke.
3 hits. Good lord, that was garbage.
That was awful.
It was slightly, however, you have 3 net.
Hey! He rolled even worse.
He did indeed. He looks at you for a moment and then smiles and says, were this somebody from within my organisation proposing this, I would call them insane and then possibly have them removed. He glances at the very large man with a cleaver as he says this. He's got no shirt on and he's got blood splattered all over his chest at this point. It's that. Ugh. However, you are not a part of my organisation. And if in your foolishness you happen to get yourselves killed, it means nothing to me. If you succeed, however, you have given us time to set wheels in motion, which we appreciate. And while I could have you killed walking out of here for upsetting the apple cart, Kenshin has annoyed some of the wrong people and left himself. Well,
Very imprudent of him.
as you have asked for nothing in return except us being able to take advantage of the situation to distract from your foolishness, I will take the information in the spirit it is offered.
Very well. We seem to have reached an agreement then. If we take out Kenshin, you will allow us to disappear into your organization's looming shadow as it looms over Kenshin's organization.
To be clear, by disappearing into our shadow, we will not provide you with any protection.
Indeed. Yes, I'm aware of this. I simply meant we won't be acting entirely in isolation, and we will be able to disappear in the confusion that your organization will so generously provide us.
He smiles, stands up, and says, enjoy the tea. You have a certain amount to learn about discretion in the shadows, I think.
The tea is really quite excellent. You don't see Iron Goddess in this day and age very often.
He smiles and says, well, it's a pleasure to meet somebody who actually understands the finer things.
Likewise.
Lady, gentlemen, please excuse me. And he walks out.
What a charming man.
That go well? That sounded like that went well.
I mean, we're not... Looks over at...
Looks over at the butchers.
We're not, lunch, so I'd say that went well.
Yet.
Ah, the week is young.
Okay, so we have our distraction.
Accidental smokescreen.
Yep. So, now all we have to do is murder one of the most powerful men in New York. And his pet psychopath.
Do we discuss this with the full team somewhere else?
Good plan.
Good plan. A CD Kenshin is many things, and one of those is a man. Very fragile creatures.
That we all are.
I'm not.
You, specifically Sunshine, are probably the most fragile person here.
Yeah, but I'm not a man.
Tolkien would call you a man. I'm not sure if Matt would make that reference, but I am.
You never know. Mav might be really, really into 2D flat vid fantasy movies.
I mean, Lord of the Rings is a classic.
Yeah, and he cries every time he watches Neverending Story.
So when did Lord of the Rings come out? Like 2008?
Are you really going to tell me in this dark age of remakes and reboots, they've not rebooted Lord of the Rings?
I
At
mean,
least twice by this point.
the problem is, in the Sixth World, it's considered a little bit racist in some circles.
Yeah, that's why they added an orc character to the Fellowship.
Well played.
Tolkien would be rolling in his
I
grave.
still disagree with. Like, I'm all for or control representation, but I'm not sure casting Gimli as a troll was the best choice. Dwarves are a thing now!
Wait, does that mean there's no dwarf in the Fellowship?
Some of the hobbits are played by dwarves. My favourite bit of the entire, hullabaloo around the re-release of Lord of the Rings was that one Tolkien fan who got so angry he had a heart attack and died in the middle of Denver. It was great.
Okay.
I don't see why that's great, Booger.
A person got so angry they died. Isn't that hilarious? It
No!
wasn't even about anything important. It was just some stupid movie written by someone who's been dead longer than anyone currently alive has been alive.
Except the dragons.
Shall we all go home?
All right, so whose place are you heading to?
Shall we just go to Huggies?
I believe Sunshine's is the nearest.
We can either summon Huggy to us, to Sunshine's, or we can all head to Huggies and just go, hi Huggy.
I mean, she's the lady with the van.
She is the lady with the van, which means if we decide to do anything, she's a very useful person to pick up.
How are you getting back? Where are you heading to?
We're going to get the subway to Great Kills and ping a message to Huggy asking her to pick the three of us up.
Cool.
From the Great Kills subway station. We're not drunk, honest.
Wouldn't matter if you were. Is this van a scene verse?
True.
Yeah, there was that time you chucked a Humanis ganger in the back.
Yeah.
He was by far and away the worst thing we've ever had in this van. And we've had my blood in this van.
Your blood isn't that bad.
I mean, technically your blood's in the van right now.
Yes, but it's also inside me where it belongs.
Which is a minor miracle.
I think you can see some of it on the carpet.
You pick them up. I don't think we've particularly described Huggy's flat, apartment, house,
Garage.
garage. And I think a lot of the players haven't been there, so what do they see when they're given a lift?
Well, first of all, when they suggest everybody meeting at Huggies, she's gonna be like, "Are you sure? You're sure everybody wants to meet at mine? That's okay. That's where we're meeting then. Okay, I guess I can happily give you a lift there. But
if you don't want to, we could meet at Torger's again, or mine. They're near, or Gorga's.
I mean, no, I'm happy for everybody to meet at mine. I'm somewhat surprised someone other than me suggested it.
Yeah, my place is kind of off limits right now. Rick is having one of his moments. I got a text from Auntie on the way here. Yeah.
Right, okay, so, well, I'll take your carriage.
By one of his moments, has he gone up to the 15th floor again and started hurling bottles at anybody trying to go into the building?
Yeah, but this time there's stuff in the bottles.
Is it petrol and a burning rag?
We are praying to God that the rich amber liquid in those bottles is whiskey.
Clue, it's not whiskey.
Same proof as whiskey, but it is no longer whiskey.
It started as whiskey. Anyway.
I don't know if it really started as whiskey, to be honest.
I mean, I don't really know if you can call lowbrow whiskey, but it gets you drunk.
That it does. And if you're very lucky, it gets you drunk without turning you blind.
I mean, given that it's lowbrow is marketed at the and troll market, when a human drinks it, oh boy.
I'm pretty sure that Rick's body is immune to pretty much everything that could be considered alcohol at this point, so, he's got to find something to get his kicks.
Indeed. So, you guys arrive at Huggies. What does it look like from the outside?
From the outside, it looks like a decent-sized, two-bay garage in the terms of somewhere not somewhere where you would park your car, but somewhere where you would take your car to get fixed.
All right.
There's a small person entrance on the side, and a large double bay door, the double lifting door on the front.
By quote small person door, you mean troll-sized,
No,
or
it's
is it actually human-sized? Right?
Is the building old enough that it predates goblinization then?
No, the building was a prefab, and they weren't really giving many fucks as to the size of the buildings that they put down.
Fair enough.
This was originally a camp for dispossessed trogs after the Night Rage. So this was all thrown up very quickly in an atmosphere where they weren't really paying a huge amount of attention to niceties.
They wanted the buildings yesterday, and they'll sort out minor problems like headroom later.
Yeah. That door is boarded up at this point. Boarded up, painted over, boarded up again. Some of the boards were then stolen. The paint was painted over. The door has not seen much use, and it is very obvious that the door has not seen much use.
So if you took a paint stripper to it, it would be considered archaeology. Got it.
Pretty much, yes. One of the two the door was originally one single piece. It has been fairly nicely cut in half, and so half of it now lifts up to let the van drive in. And the party finds itself in a fairly spacious, but it is not messy in that everything is clean. There's no, food rubbish lying around or anything like that. But there's a lot of stuff everywhere. There's polishing tools, there's metal cutters, there's wire everywhere. And the general tools of the trade of someone who fixes and builds mechanical devices lying all around the place.
And there's inevitably a few of those tools that anybody else will look at and say, what the ever-loving frag is this? Because they're tools that Huggy made herself when she needed a tool for a job, and it was made out of whatever she had at hand.
Yeah.
Okay, do I need a tetanus shot before I come in here?
Oh god, no, this place is clean. Well, it's clean, it's not tidy.
I get that vibe.
I mean, if you want to go outside, then we might need to start talking about tetanus shots. I should point out that this is the center of Freshkill's Wands. So, you haven't seen a human face since we entered.
Oh, I am in danger.
Yeah, you and Sunshine got some odd looks, but because Mav's there, it kind of passed.
And they know my van around here. So, they know that it's me. The whole place, in one corner between two supporting beams, there's a hammock slung up, which is currently sort of rolled up and sort of tucked into a hook in the wall. So it is clearly designed for that purpose. So the whole place is one massive open rectangle. In one corner there is the hammock. In the same corner at the back is what it was clearly once a sort of area for people who were either waiting for something to get made, to get fixed, or for staff to sit and have a coffee. There's a coffee machine, there's a sort of food dispenser, there's a table and a sofa, and a little sort of social area. There's a little banner over the top that at one point had the name of was supposed to have the name of the garage sort of scanning across it. It is now incomprehensible, unless I don't know, but we didn't roll for what languages it's in today.
I was just thinking that. As you all come in, the home host just chimes in with Madananaga Umaga Magbistista.
Hage just ignores this. She's kind of used to the babbling.
Beg your pardon, what did it say?
I have no idea. I stopped listening to it a while ago.
What language was that?
I have no idea. It changes from time to time.
Out of character question. What language is that?
Butchered Filipino.
Yeah. Which I'm fairly high likelihood that none of us speak.
Not only do we not speak it, we probably don't even speak any of the related languages. It also thinks that it's currently about 1/2 midday, which is remarkably good on
That's
time.
remarkably close to accurate.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's options on the soy machine are various lunch options that look very strange and,
They're all soy anyway.
yeah.
You mind if I try one of them? So, Huggy?
Yeah, sure, go for it. I no idea what it's going to offer this at this point.
Mav selects the lunch option at random and bops the button. AR button, probably.
So it babbles at you in Filipino. Then the soy dispenser splooges something out, and it's green.
Right.
Don't ask me what it is or what it's supposed to be.
Mav takes his bowl, sits down in the former waiting area, and tries it.
I mean, it's got that chalky consistency that soy paste always has, but tangy, spicy, yet sweet. It's not bad.
And then if you want anything, just grab it. It'll ask you to pay, but just hit 1136. That's the code for staff.
Previously a cafe of some sort, or has it always been a garage?
It's always been a garage. So far as I'm aware. Well, it's been a garage. It was presumably a garage before I had it. And now it is still a garage, but not a public-facing one. The home host has been like this for as long as... It wasn't always this bad. We tried to fix it, and it got worse, so we stopped trying to fix it.
Does it have any non-soy options?
I don't think it might.
Do you put non-soy paste in it?
No. Not normally.
So probably not.
There's your answer.
I sometimes put krill in, as I don't remember the last time I did.
I'm going to roll my edge to get a drink out of this that isn't soy-based.
The most important role.
Does Tiger go into an anaphylactic shock in this not quite run?
Unfortunately, one hit isn't enough. You're going to be farting for the rest of the day.
Oh, Tiger.
And the cramping. I'm just going to sit over here next to this hobbling wheel, possibly? Huggy, what is this?
Oh, that's for taking the tires off wheels when the wheels have already been removed from the vehicle.
Why has it got your laundry hanging on it?
Where else was I going to hang my laundry?
From one of the cables, crisscrossing overhead?
I'm not going to hang laundry from them. They're important.
One of them has a rat on it.
Does it? Oh, yes, it does. As long as I'm not chewing on them, I won't set any of the drones on them.
So the rat does lean over to sort of grab onto another cable. Turns out that both of those were live.
Which is an X-rat.
Well, you asked if I had anything that wasn't soy. I now do.
I'm not eating that burning rat that just fell from the sky, thank you. I'm going to sit here underneath the laundry wheel and regret my life choices for a few moments.
We also regret your life choices, Tiger.
You could regret them more.
Huggy goes and grabs the rat, walks over to one of the windows at the back, opens it out, chucks it out. Oh.
So as you pick it up, it twitches violently, wriggles out of your grasp, and skitters underneath a workbench.
Oh, fuck off.
Did it survive that? What is wrong with the rats around here?
They survive in fresh kills. They breathe them strong around here. Right. Huggy will start digging through one of the piles of bits of shelving until she pulls out a small, roughly mouse-sized drone with a small knife blade strapped to the front.
You got a weaponized Roomba.
Is it called Mr. Stabby?
Does it have googly eyes?
Okay, so you set Mr. Stabby running on the floor and it disappears underneath a workbench.
You missed a perfectly good chance to call it the Doomba.
Name is Herr Messer, I will have you know.
Which works quite well, because knife, but if you mispronounce it, Herr Mauser. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason I chose it.
And when you upgrade it to have a gun, you can call it Herr Mauser.
That one's is for when the devil rats get in.
You're gonna need a bigger gun. Are we going to plan this run that we're here to plan?
I don't know, are we?
Let's.
So, having met with Mr. Hua Chen, we now know that the Triads are willing to give us a smokescreen, so long as we're able to kill the Oyaban of one of the most terrifying Yakuzas in New York. So, does anyone have any plans?
I mean, how many Yakuzas are there in New York?
I'm creating dramatic tension, Huggy.
Right, sorry.
What do you think? This is some kind of story? You don't need to create dramatic tension.
You put that fourth wall back where you found it, Maverick.
Never. If there's a fourth wall, I will shoot APDS through it until it breaks.
Sorry, Toyga, please continue.
So, apart from drive Huggy's van to the front door of his estate, throw as many grenades through the windows as possible, and then hightail it off into the wilderness, does anyone have any plans for how we're going to do this?
Okay. The first job we did together, the armoured car,
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
what we did on that, we were getting a guy out of a police van alive, but, roughly the same plan will work here.
Yes.
We need to get the data off them.
We hit the police van with a dump truck, stopping it. We pulled up in Huggy's van, popped drones, shot a bunch of cops with, Christ, we were using gel rounds at that point. We were poor.
We also had instructions not to kill anyone.
We did. Did we have instructions then? Or did we just choose not to because cops?
Yes, we did. It was part of the job. It was also not a great idea to go about murdering cops, but...
Indeed. Hit the van with the dump truck, shot anyone who got out of it, grabbed our guy out. Slipstream cut it open with a chainsaw.
Yeah, that was cut it open with a monofilament chainsaw.
Those keep being relevant to me. Why do those keep being relevant to me? I don't like it.
Hopes that that's not foreshadowing.
We should probably acquire one for this, because if they don't get out the car, we need to go into it.
That is true.
Luckily, we know someone who sells monofilament chainsaws and large vehicles.
Indeed we do. It's probably time to go and ask them for another...
The other thing that strikes me, he's got his pet psychopath.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can't be dealing with that guy in melee.
No.
Absolutely not.
We've got to put him down hard at range.
Or tie him up with spirits.
So,
Or both.
if you can get us into visual range, I can set Hoshi and Gowon on him, and probably summon something else a bit stronger and a bit fiercer to deal with him as well. On top of that, I will do my best to throw the biggest and heaviest thing I can at him.
If that doesn't work, then APDS is remarkable to many problems.
My plan was flush him from cover using spirits and grenades. The two of you, at this point he points at like Maverick and Huggy, pour as many bullets into him as is humanly, troll-illy, and orc-illy possible. And I send something in to finish the job.
I mean, the flush from cover stage is optional, because I can see through a car's body and APDS will go through a car's body.
It's about getting him into the open so as many people can shoot at him as much as possible, do as much damage as possible, send something in to finish him off. At which point we have a bunch of men with guns. And they are going to be men. These Yakuza are sickeningly primitive. And they've just seen their most terrifying asset go down
How
in flames.
many men with guns are we going to be dealing with?
That's something that we need to find out.
Yep, because he might travel with just his bodyguard. There'll be response teams. There will definitely be response teams, and if we start shooting up a freeway, the cops will show up, asked or not.
Yeah, we want to get through that as quickly as possible.
But if we do it in one of the B-grade areas, we have minutes. And the armored car job did not take us minutes.
Minutes should be. No, I'm not going to say that out loud. But this... Right. Taking out the map. Huggy throws out an AR window of a map of the area between the golden boar and the house. So, if they go via Manola, Thomason, then Great Neck, they've got to pass through at least 2 B-grade areas. Both of them near... That's if they take the longest possible way, pretty much. It takes them through the highest security areas. If they are cocky, then they go through 3 B-graded areas, and most of the time is spent in them.
We need to know more about the route he takes back and forth.
Yes, that is something we definitely need to start researching. If they are confident of their own safety, I suspect that they take Northern Boulevard or Long Island's Expressway. Northern Boulevard is probably more likely since that exits them closer to home, and they probably feel safer when they're on the freeway. But Long Island Expressway does go from nearer to the cafe. So...
How best to do this? We can do spirit recon, we can do drone recon, we can do matrix recon.
All of these are possible. I would suggest all of them. There's no reason why
And we can also do physical recon. And I think I just gave one job to each team member.
That works out pretty well. The horrific monster he keeps on a leash is easy to track spiritually, and from what we know, he's never too far from the side of the man holding his leash, so I'll just stick to him and follow him about.
If we park up near his place late at night, probability is his car will be parked there. I can see if I can get into the node for the car, pull some grid guide off it.
Yeah, that's good.
If I'm doing physical tracking, I'll need a vehicle.
How are you with motorbikes?
Less good than I am with cars?
Oh, well then. So sure as the blue chainsaws can get you something.
Small and anonymous? Probably.
You think that the blue chainsaws have anything small and anonymous? Have you met them?
It's not their style. Makes them more likely to be getting rid of it.
Actually, that's a good point.
Wonder what was on that boat.
That's a good point.
The
They...
chainsaws the people that sawed up that boat we gave them.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
They sold us the dump truck we used to pull the armoured car job, and the chainsaw we used to pull the armoured car job. They're useful people.
Well, they're not called the blue chainsaws for nothing.
Do you guys not still have that chainsaw?
It, well, for one it was slipstreams, and for another I think it was damaged in the run.
Yeah, the chain broke. Easy enough to get another chain, but...
Easy enough to get another chainsaw.
Yeah.
Easier to talk to the blue chainsaws than it is to talk to Slipstream.
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
Work?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Pursuing work. I mean, he never turned up after the medical center job.
Yeah, he's about. He did the job I did in our last bit of downtime. Still mad.
he didn't answer the call when I put out the call for this lot, so I'm probably going to stop calling him if he doesn't want to answer.
He's a useful bullet sponge. See if he answers.
Yes. Anyway,
so yeah, recon. Should we get started?
might as well. Probably going to see what the lunches are today.
So my thing probably needs to be done relatively late at night, because I need to rely on his car being parked near his house. I think if I go do the Matrix thing at like 4 in the morning, he's likely to be in one place.
Indeed.
That seems reasonable. We also want to try and work out when he leaves each place.
If he keeps to any pattern,
Yeah,
if we can survey him for long enough to work out a pattern. 'Cause
yeah.
we are on a time limit here. We've got like a week, but
I mean, if I can pull the grid guide
then you get back
off his
data.
car. Yeah, I can pull that off his cars.
That, I think, is probably the best option for getting that information.
Yeah.
If we have the grid guides, then we can just follow it. You could just follow it. I think in terms of the ideal ways of getting information, it goes grid guide, drones, spirits, physical.
Yep.
Yep.
So what I suggest is that today, the rest of this afternoon, evening, Toiger wanders the astral trying to find this guy, and if he makes a run tracking him. Tonight, Sunshine has an attempt at his grid guide. And tomorrow, if that doesn't get us enough data between them, we try Plan's drone and I go buy a car off the Blue Chainsaws and we try those until we get enough data.
If you go see the Blue Chainsaws, one also
Buy the truck and the chainsaw at the same time.
yeah, or we need to plan exactly. As in, we need the data. We need
those items wherever we do the job.
Yeah, but depending on where we hit him and what escort he's got, it's going to depend exactly what that hit's going to look like.
True.
Yeah,
See if you can't get a group discount on chainsaw, follow car, and armored fan. You've interacted with these people so many times by now, you must have at least some stamps on your loyalty card.
I mean, we gave them a whole cargo ship. I think they like us.
We did give them an entire cargo ship.
we did. Yes, that is true.
The weirder things I've done in my job. Impromptu piracy.
It was the first time I've ever driven a ship at all. So yeah, that was definitely, not in the expected ways my life was going to go.
Second most fun I've ever had in a boat.
Already too much information.
Why do you insist on making it dirty?
It's his one good memory of his dad. He went fishing with his dad, and it was the only time he had a wholesome relationship with his father, Mav. Why do you have to ruin it?
We were fishing in the Rio Claro in Amazonia.
But it's Mav, not Matt.
It's my turn to ruin everything. It's not always Tiger's go. God knows he hogs that job. Anyway, Tiger, go to some astral.
Here, now, leaving my body unattended to its various functions.
He makes a fairly good argument.
Second thought. Do we want the potential consequences of Tiger's body in its current state unattended?
Remedies at my flat, and also my flat is warded and protected. I can go back there and wander about astrally without fear of some gibbering horror from beyond the veil of space and time possessing me.
Is that something that's likely?
That is not a thing that happens.
You don't know that.
That's why I'm asking. Is that likely?
No.
No.
But never impossible.
All things are possible.
I'm just wondering whether or not we need to start having a drone with its guns aimed straight at Toiger every time he goes astral, and have some sort of password so that he doesn't immediately start shooting him when he comes back.
I mean, we could have a password if you like, if for fun and for no other reason.
Toiger forgets password, gets shot by the drone. They all lived happily ever after. Except Toiger.
Until Toiger's vengeful ghost visited them all in their sleep,
What, 3 times?
in a different disguise each time.
Y'all are fucking weird, you know that?
What was the message? True meaning of Christmas?
You know, Sunshine, have you ever considered that we're runners? You're talking to a gentleman who can summon the powers of the infinite with his mind, a troll who can control robots with their brain, and whatever Mav is.
Chummer, those are just things that... Yeah, I know you guys can do that. It's the 6th world.
Yes, the 6th
The
world is
bit
weird.
that I'm saying you're fragging weird about is this conversation that we're
This
having
conversation
right
is
now.
pretty weird.
I don't think it's particularly outside of the range of possibilities.
The range of possibilities is literally infinite. We just covered this.
We did.
Anyway, a spirit powerful enough to possess my body would be powerful enough to trick you all into thinking it has said the password.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine then. Don't worry about it.
So Toiger goes home, farts in his own space, and does some astral recon.
Yes. And we've established that Huggy is terrible at noticing spirits because there's one living in her garage and she hasn't even mentioned it once.
What?
It's
What?
It's in that barrel. It keeps peeking out and then giggling.
Oh, well, anyway. I can't see it.
It thinks I haven't noticed it.
It's the barrel that's underneath the leak in the roof. It's a very small, like, Force 2 spirit of water.
Well, that would explain why the leak keeps coming back every time I fix it.
It lives there.
Well, I'll just leave it there then. It's not a
It
bad leak.
thinks very fondly of you.
Yeah, it's nice to know that someone does.
Try bringing it some, like, a little cup of river water and just pouring it into its barrel.
Are you really sure that river water from the nearest river to here won't just kill it?
It's a spirit of acid rain. It probably drinks that shit like Pinot Grigio.
So you're saying there's a toxic spirit living in Huggy's house? Are you sure you want to leave that thing where it is?
It means us no harm.
You keep believing that, Toiger. Anyway, so I shall assume that you head back to your house and you go astral, just to hustle this on a little bit. What exactly are you looking for when you go astral and you go to the place?
So I'm going to go to the house first and look for the bodyguard, because he is extremely distinctive. I'm less likely to lose him. But I also want to have like another quick shifty around the entire place, see if anything's changed, see if there's any new signatures, anything like that.
Could I get a infiltration roll using your magic stat rather than your agility stat? If you don't have it, magic -1.
No on infiltration.
Okay, what's your magic stat?
5.
Roll 4 dice then.
I hit.
Yep, so you managed to avoid the Watcher spirits. So give me an astral perception roll.
3 hit.
As you look around, the signatures that are there, there's been a changeover of a few of them, largely the ones with cyberware, although there's one very distinctive one that is exactly the same. There's 2 that are definitely the same, 2 other ones rather, that are definitely the same, and one on the ground floor that has a lot of headwear that is the same as you saw earlier.
So the extremely distinct one that is exactly the same, I'm going to guess is the Oyoban.
It's the one with shitloads of cyberware. Just to clarify, yeah.
Oh, that'll be him then.
Bodyguard.
So found him, and on the ground floor you said there was another one that was similar or the same?
They don't have as much cyberware, but they have quite a lot of headwear. And you saw them before, and they're in the same place.
So, ground floor office of Oliver, I'm going to guess that's him. And the other one you said was exactly the same might be the wife. Is there anything interesting going on with that one, if I go and have a closer look?
There were 2 other signatures that were exactly the same. One that is mundane, they have a data jack, and that's about it. One that has no cyberware at all.
Is the guy still excited for something? Is he still anticipating something?
Give me an A sense. Yep, with 4 hits.
You know him better than he knows himself.
Not quite.
Not quite.
He is definitely not magically active. You get a very good look at his wear. There seems to be some that's strung all through his body, through the major muscle groups. There's a bit of headwear, couple of different bits of headwear, something that kind of coats most of his skin. One of his arms has been replaced, as have his eyes. He's pretty healthy. You're getting a sense of boredom from him now, just day to day, whatever. And that's pretty much all you're getting.
I want to sense the one with the data jack this time, and I got 3 hits.
Okay. What sort of time of day are you doing this?
Let's say it took me like an hour to get home from Huggies to mine, and then I just sort of like lit some incense, sat down in the middle of the floor, and started going spooky. Let's say early evening.
You're getting, from them, you're just getting a sense of contentment. They're not unwell in any way. That's about it you're really getting.
For completeness sake, let's do the last familiar face, and then I will just sort of float about and wait and see if anything happens for an hour or 2.
Okay. And could I get your last A sense roll? Brilliant. How many hits did you get, please?
2 hits this time.
You're getting, again, a sense of mundane contentment. It's just day to day, nothing bad is happening, nothing wildly good is happening. You're not getting any particularly strong emotions. Again, they're pretty healthy, there's no cyberware, about all you're getting.
So I'm going to hang around for a few hours, just wait and see if anything happens. Maybe just keep an eye on the watcher.
Later on, what you assume is the bodyguard and the one without any cyberware get up, go out and get into a grey blob of technology. There's a couple of other grey blobs of technology in front and behind it, and they drive off. And if you are keeping up with them, they go to what you recognise on the astral as the Prosperous Boar.
Okie dokie, so I'm going to take a good look at the completely unmodded one and just commit their astral signature to memory, like their aura or whatever you wish to call it.
Yep.
Like, fix that in my head. Same with the heavily cybered up one. And when I emerge from my following, I'm going to get my easel and my paints out and just do some art of them.
It's very impressionistic. It's mostly just mad colours, and you're kind of looking at it and going, but it lacks the taste. It doesn't have the flavour that you get on the astral, but it's the best you can do.
And I'm going to put a wee thing in the group chat, figured out which one's the Oyaban, found his guard dog, know what time they head to the restaurant in the evening. We'll conflab later, XOXOXO.
Does everybody else in the chat just get this slightly eldritch horror impressionistic painting going, this is the Oyaban, and everybody else is just going, ah!
Yeah, you're getting pictures of the painting.
Right? What the...
Astral bullshit.
For best experience, come view in person while I pelt you with rotten fruit.
Pass.
Philistine.
Tiger, you're weird.
So you've sent the a photograph of your artwork that looks a little bit like what would happen if you asked a 5-year-old to finger paint the great old ones. What are you doing next?
So I'm going to get out my, what's it called? Comlink. Get Grid Guide up and running and try and retrace the route I took between the house and the restaurant. See if I can't like mark it and save it or whatever, and try and send that to the group chat as well.
Do you have the navigation skill?
Nope.
You can make an intuition -1 roll to default if you would like to.
I would like to. I got no hits whatsoever.
So you try to map it out, and then you look at the map and go, why is he going via Maine? Huh.
Koiga's technological near-illiteracy foils him again.
So are you continuing to work on this, or are you just leaving it for the now and Sunshine will have a go? I imagine we're on to day 4 of the mission at this point.
I think we're on late day 3. Sunshine wanted to do this at night.
Yeah, so we'll be getting into day 4 in a moment then. Alright, so how are you getting over there, Sunshine? Are you getting a lift with somebody?
Yeah, I think I'm... So, you've got to be within relatively close to hack something, so...
What is the signal rating of your comlink, please?
Matrix tab. Signal is 4.
You've got to be within a kilometre.
Kilometre, right. Can I get a Huggy to take me to Lake Road?
Absolutely.
Ah, we're going there again.
Yep. It's a Drek hole, but it's a Drek hole where we can hang out in a van and...
Not arouse too much suspicion.
Yep.
Okay, and are you booting up your agent as well there, Sunshine?
Yeah, definitely for this.
Could I get an initial scan roll, please, to search for things running silent?
2 hits, and then my agent's gonna scan another 3. So I get 3 bonus dice. Nada, so 2 hits total. This is slow and steady.
That's fine. Just yourself, could I get an analyze roll, please?
Analyze, sure. 2 hits.
There's a lot of data that you've got to pass here. There's a lot of extraneous crap that isn't relevant to what you're trying to do, but you eventually find the right host, the right device, and realize that it's currently slaved to the home host. So you'll need to crack the home host in order to get into it. You said you're doing it slow and steady, so may I please get some exploit rolls until I tell you to stop, please?
Okay, I'll be getting the agent to help me with this, so I'll roll its assist first. So that's 2 dice. Won't roll for it on every roll. I'll just say it gives me 2 dice.
Yeah, just to save time, I agree. That's absolutely fine.
And you said exploit?
Yes, please.
1.
Okay, so that's...
Oh dear. That's a glitch.
Are you content with that level of...
I'm going to have to be. I've used my edge.
Given it's a glitch, not a crit glitch, what basically happens is you're hacking away, making like that scene in Kung Fury, and you think, yeah, I'm nearly in, and then you realise, wait, that's the S mark down the road.
Oh god, and I've signed up to all their mailing lists. Oh, where the frag have they put the fragging unsubscribe button? Oh god,
There isn't one.
The unsubscribe ARO moves when you try to press it.
Yeah. Oh.
Like that era of the internet. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Suffering is mine eternal.
You've been signed up for a subscription on Belly Burster burritos.
Why is this even like? Why is everything a subscription service now? Why are burritos a subscription service now? Ah, yeah. There's much wailing coming from the back of the van.
To be able to have jalapenos, it's a monthly add-on.
Oh, suffering.
But jalapenos are what makes them worth it.
Of course, Huggy has that subscription. Frag me, chummers, frag me. Okay, let's try this again. So, do I subtract 1 on each roll?
No, this is not that kind of roll.
Yeah. Roll again. 2 hits, and not a single one this time.
Lovely. Okay, so what time did you start doing this, roughly?
I'm gonna say we started this at like 2 a.m.
Okay, so it's currently...
3 a.m.
No, it's currently about 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
And another, please?
Oh god, if I don't get this, dude, he's gonna work. Hello, 10.
Yep, so you're in. Could I also please get a stealth roll?
I will roll the stealth assist from the agent. Well, thanks for nothing.
And roll yours.
5 hits.
Okay, so as you get in to the host itself looks like a traditional sort of Japanese castle or temple with the like tiered building.
Yeah, pagoda.
Yeah, as you're going in, you can see that there are a number of things that look like traditional Japanese artwork of samurai walking the grounds, but they don't seem to be paying you any attention. There's also a figure at the top of the pagoda looking around he looks a little bit different. He's got, I don't know what they're called, the traditional style Eastern hats. They're quite pointy on the top and they have a flared rim that comes out over the shoulders.
Do you mean like the straw hats?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's keeping his face in shadow, and there's a kind of reddish glow from under it, but you can't see his face.
Okay, I think that might be another Decker.
So what are you trying to do?
Okay, so I'm in the node now. Is there a map?
No, it's
Nope.
just the host.
I would like to locate the car.
Okay, give me an analyze, please.
Can I also just resummon my agent now that I'm inside?
Because you're loading a program on the host, and it's not host, I would say that classes as an illegal action, so you would need to do a stealth roll for that, but an analyze is not an illegal action, so
Okay.
you don't need to do a stealth for that.
Tell you what, I'll just analyze on my own for now. So 5 hits. Nice.
Lovely. Yep, you definitely find that lovely, lovely Rolls-Royce Phaeton limousine.
Screw the data chip, we're stealing the car.
I mean, if you can get control of the car and drive it off-road into a wall or something.
Then we will have a crashed Phaeton, which is not worth as much.
You Philistine, it's a classic.
Is it an actual,
I do know a broker who, if we could get new plates on it, we could pawn it to. Just saying. Anyway, yeah. So I've located the car. I would like to get into the car's grid guide and download all of the grid guide data off it.
That'll be an edit file action. Basically, you're just downloading from the file.
Would that be edit unauthorized?
It would, because this isn't your node, and you're not meant to be here, which is an illegal action, so you will need to do a stealth roll.
Okay. I think at this point, given that my edit is not... I've only got rating 4 in that, I think I would like to load my agent again. Do I need to make a stealth roll to get that in?
Yes, please.
Okay. 2 hits on stealth.
You're okay.
Woo! Alrighty, we're in. Cool.
I wasn't just being silent to build the dramatic tension there, I was actually trying to get it to roll. It did look nicely.
Not gonna lie, sweating a little bit back here. Alrighty, so if I get the agent to roll its edit unauthorized as an assist first.
Yep, that's fine.
So I get 3 extra dice on that.
Lovely.
5 hit. Get in.
Nice. So you have copied all of the data, you've got the backup off the main host as well.
Amazing.
So you've got the grid guide data of where this thing has been, when it's been there, going back quite a way. Could you also give me your stealth roll for that?
Can I again have the agent assist on that?
Yeah.
Yep. Yay! 1 hit on the stealth roll.
So as you're doing this, the icon for the limousine itself looks like some sort of traditional Japanese carriage, a subject I know nothing about. So whatever you imagine that to be, that's what it looks like. And whilst you are rubbing down the horses,
yeah,
you realize that you are being looked at closely by the figure in the straw hat. And please roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay, so at the top of the round is the host itself, which is going to use its turn to launch more icy. And that puts us on Sunshine's turn.
Can I just jack out?
Yeah.
Because I got what I came for, so yeah, I'm just... I don't need to stay around and fight. So yeah, I just jack out immediately.
Okay, thanks, bye!
Wonderful vessel we're having!
Brave Star Sunshine.
Auf Wiedersehen!
Sayonara.
Yeah, just as I'm disconnecting and my avatar is just fading out, I just wave towards the decker and then just flip him the bird as I dematerialize.
Cool. So you got the data. You know the route, or you've got a list of likely routes.
How many different routes are there?
They know that you were in the host. They might not know exactly what you were doing, what data you got.
It went about as well as could be hoped for.
Yeah, I was expecting that to go much worse.
Yeah.
You were expecting to be going, oh, sunshine. We need to stick plasters up your nose. Oh god.
I was called Sim.
Yeah, that means you just get stun damaged into unconsciousness and then disconnect.
Oh god, every time you blow your nose, there's chunks of brain in it. Oh.
Oh.
Why is your nose running brown? Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Cool. So one successful matrix run later, Sunshine has some shiny, hot off the press pay data.
Ooh.
Well, not pay data, but
Intermediate data.
We can't really use it as pay data after we've killed the target to which it refers.
But with any luck, this is data that will help us get paid.
Indeed.
now that Sunshine has the data, where are you going from here?
We're off to visit
go
the
to
blue
the
chainsaws.
chainsaws.
All right.
The wonderful blue chainsaws of Oathard Beach.
Lovely. So who is giving them a phone call?
I've called them in the past. I might as well do it again.
All right, are you ringing Sharifa, Ripper?
I will try Sharifa first.
Okay, could you please roll your loyalty with Sharifa?
No hits.
She doesn't answer. Do you want to give me your loyalty with Ripper?
Still no hit. So not wanting to talk to me today.
All right. I mean, you could always try skid marks.
I could always try skid marks. That is...
Or we could do literally anything else.
We could also just turn up at their gate and say hi.
Or I could let one of you guys try to call them. Maybe they just don't want to talk to me.
With 0 hits, I'll say that you try them in the morning and you don't get a call back until like gone 7 at night. And it's Ripper that rings you. And Huggy, you rang.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't at this point. I was thinking you guys were not talking to me anymore. Something had gone wrong.
Well, not exactly. But some crazy fraggers turned up on our doorstep with an entire boat, and I might have been in the engine room trying to take something to pieces all day.
I mean, that's because you're still getting stuff off it. Speaking of stuff, we have a couple of things we'd like to buy off you if you're currently open for business.
Considering what you brought us, we can be open for business. Come by. Are we talking heavy hardware? Are we talking parts?
Well, you know how you put together a truck for us last time?
Yeah.
We'd like to buy another truck off you.
Huh.
Something that is able to deal a bit of blunt force damage.
I don't have a bin lorry, but I have something out in mind. It'll need a bit of work. Come by the yard, and we'll see what you think.
Will do. Going to bring Mav as well, is that okay?
Yeah, bring any of your guys. I mean,
Okay, I'll bring the whole crew then. Haven't seen you guys in a little while.
yeah, just,
We dropped the ship off.
yeah. Come on by. I got an idea.
Right.
I'm in the crew.
So yeah,
All right, so you head over to the chainsaw's yard. It's down in, I think, southern Queens, isn't it? Or Brooklyn, that kind of area. It's much as you left it. It's, yep, it's a fort made out of old shipping containers. The walls are a bit higher now. Wonder where they got those.
With new shipping containers on top.
Yeah. So...
I'm sure that has nothing to do with us.
Nothing whatsoever. And are you dropping a text as you're getting close or anything like that?
yeah, I'll let them know that we're arriving.
All
I
right.
don't want to show up on a gang's doorstep unannounced.
As you arrive, Ripper's outside. He's wearing like a pair of overalls that are covered in muck, and up his cyber arm, it's just got loads and loads of crap on it where he's obviously been cutting something, and anybody can tell he's been using that monofilament chainsaw that he's got installed in the cyber.
I was going to say, he has the monofilament chainsaw in his arm, right?
Yeah. So you guys turn up, and he kind of does the, guys, how are you doing? Do you want a drink?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, come on down to the bar. You go through the yard. It's much as you left it, except, yep, those are lumps of ship everywhere that people are cutting up. They seem to have stripped most of the valuable stuff off the ship. They're now just cutting up the steel for scrap.
That's a lot of scrap.
Oh yeah, they seem to be using it to reinforce things. You do see at one point, is that an ice cream van they're welding extra plates onto? And takes you into the bar, sits you down. They actually have Soyweiser on tap here. I mean, it's great, but hey, it's beer. Gets you a beer and sits down and goes, all right, what you in the market for? So I don't have a bin lorry like you were after last time. You said you were after something to... Well, I saw the footage. You're after something to ram something off the road, aren't you, chummers?
We may or may not be.
I mean...
Says
We are. We totally are.
Yeah, we are. We're looking for to take something off the road and hold it still.
He gives you a tusky grin and says, guys, there's no need for a white noise generator here. If any of these fraggers go and tell somebody else, I'll carve them up personally. So, I don't have a bin lorry, but I do have something else that might work. We'll need to do something with it if you're wanting a bit of mass, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that's going to be the issue.
But you're not short a steel plate around here.
I had something else in mind. Come with me. After you finish your beer, he takes you around the back, and there's an old school bus. It's rusted as shit and looks clapped out as hell. And he says, I figured you wouldn't want something nice.
We're not planning on taking it to any beauty contests.
It needs to not set off the alarms in a B-grade area. But beyond that...
I mean, I don't think this thing would have won any beauty contest before the rust got at the frame, you know what I'm saying?
A little bit of paint in it won't be noticeable.
I'll leave that in your capable hands. Now, it's big, but it ain't got a lot of weight. What I'm thinking, we can slap a few concrete blocks in the back for you.
That'll do it.
A couple of concrete blocks in the back. If we take out the seats, put a little bit of plating on the inside, that'll give it a bit of rigidity as well, just in case.
I mean, you know what you're doing with that, Chummer. The only thing I'll say, if we're gonna go with that, we're putting those concrete blocks inside. Don't nose something, otherwise you'll get an arse full of concrete block.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be inside that thing. That's something else on media.
He kind of gives you a slap on the shoulder and says, "You're a sturdy lass, Huggy."
Well, I'll do my best.
New one of these goes for a lot. Obviously, you're saying new. So what I'm thinking about 6,250.
Come on, chummers. We gave you an entire ship. You guys made bank off that.
I will give you your loyalty with him as a bonus. So that is +3 dice. Is anybody assisting?
So I won't get the bonus, but I'm still willing to pitch in my charisma dice.
I am going to not pitch in my charisma dice, and that is my assistance.
I'm helping!
I'm helping by keeping my mouth shut.
We've been nothing but a help to you guys. We've given you a boat, we've given you contact,
Repeat business.
we've gone partying with you. That was great fun. I held your hair back while you puked and kept it out of your kept the puke out of your chainsaw. You can do a wee bitty better than that.
You saw what we did last time. You saw when we pulled up with a fucking boat. This is gonna be another story.
Okay, and give me a roll there, Mav.
Roll negotiation at plus loyalty +2 plus street cred.
6 hits, nice. So you get a +9 off that there, Sunshine.
You're better than me there, Maverick.
I'm street cred 5.
You get the +9 from that.
Yeah.
You get your street cred.
So
You get your loyalty.
15.
And you get +2 from you being friendly with them.
Plus 17.
And this is why 5th Ed introduced limits.
Are we stacking modifiers to a stupid extent?
Yes, because
Yes, we
that's
are.
4th edition Shadowrun.
That'll be 11 hits.
They should be paying us for the van at this rate.
So you have 7 net hits. I'll say that for each net hit, he'll knock 100 off. He'll knock 700 off to bring it down to 5,550.
So that seems reasonable.
I mean, you're getting a bus.
Yeah, and they are putting in a fair amount of work.
Throw in a chainsaw and we'll call that a deal.
As you have your back and forth, and you make the point of, we brought you a boat, gestures to the skeleton that they gradually start to haul out into the scrapyard. What they've done is they've basically got like ridiculous industrial-sized ratchet straps, and they're hauling it up onto the shore, cutting off what's on the shore, hauling it up a bit more, cutting it off. He kind of looks at you and says, all right, I can part with it for a little bit less, but I have a condition. I want video of it. I know what you crazy fraggers are like.
That can be arranged.
We can give you video of it.
Alright.
2 conditions.
Alright, this hard drive's a hard bargain. What are they?
1 condition and 1 warning. First warning, be very, very fragging careful who you show this to. Secondly, if you're showing this to anyone outside the chainsaws, you need to make sure we are blocked the frag out.
Alright, I can work with that. Hey, I don't care about what happens after the crash. I just want to see the crash.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to have it set up for running remotely, so I can get you all the recordings I can from what I've seen, what I'm running.
Awesome. Alright, cool.
Really want, I can probably chuck a little bit of wiring in there. I can let you know what it feels like to be in the crash.
Sweet. Alright. There's a... And he holds a hand out.
Pay attention for a couple minutes after the crash, and you might see someone very important die.
That's not the kind of thing... Never mind.
So he's holding out a hand with a massive gob of phlegm in it to Sunshine to shake.
Sunshine looks at this for a moment, grimaces, and then shakes and goes, "Yeah, I've been covered in worse."
He pulls you in and says, "I didn't think you'd actually go for it. I turned off the touch receptors in my cyber hand." And that just gives you a massive, massive shit-eating grin.
Sunshine looks up at him like cock-headed, sticks her tongue out and flips him the bird.
Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. In the meantime, this has got to be one of the nicer meets the team has been to. What's the nicest place you guys have ever met a Johnson? Let us know on our Discord. Intro is More Human Than Human by Carl Casey, and the background music is also by Carl Casey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. So if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.